2024. I'm up at Dunbar's. I just want to show you what the government has in plan for food security in Antigua and Barbuda. One of the most important farms, the most northerly farm in Antigua and Barbuda owned by the government has been wiped out. That's the farm, that's the western side of the road. That's going up above Frieshill Bluff, going straight to Cedar Grove. I'm on the western side, and you will see it in the background there. I just want to record the state of farming in Antigua and Barbuda for future generations when they ask why we don't have farms in Antigua and Barbuda, or even worse, why is it only the politicians own farms in Antigua and Barbuda and we have to buy from them. You will have this post, this live stream to recall when we owned farms in Antigua and they decided that only the politicians or the well-to-do in society will own farms and the rest of us will have to buy the produce from them. It's a situation where in just 3 generations, my grandfather fought the plantocrats because they control the economy of Antigua through the sugar industry. And the sugar factory and all the plantations were a mono industry. You had the sugar, that was all. Now what you're having here in Antigua and Barbuda is neo-plantocrats, where the politicians and the well-to-do in society will own the last remaining farms, and we will be purchasing whatever we need from them. So I'm going to just give you a little walk around so you can see, not only for us presently, but for the future generations to see what has been wiped out. They say they want to build houses on this farm. Stay tuned. Let me just go put the camera forward. Yeah. So where we are right now, I'm looking towards south, going towards Frieshill. And this is what they have done to the western side of the Dunbar's farm. That is looking at the Frieshill in the south, and you're looking at the road. You're coming up from Frieshill, going straight to Cedar Grove. And this is what they have done, leveled this farm, wiped it out in the last month and a half, 2 months. That is it right there, that's Cedar Valley, going over in that direction. And as you can see, that is the eastern side of Dunbar's farm right there. That's the first part they went to about 2 months ago, and they're clearing it out, all the bulldozers and excavators. And then I just wanted to show for future records that they moved on the other side of the road too. So it's roughly 15 acres on that side and roughly 15 acres on this side. And what you have here is just devastation on Antigua and Barbuda feeding itself. And to rub salt in the room, the Prime Minister just last week, sometime midweek, Wednesday, Thursday, was on Facebook and posting produce from his farm, from his farmer Brown farm, showing you what he's able to produce on his private farm. But the government farm, where he is the leader and they have a Minister of Agriculture, a Minister of Land, have determined that the best thing to do for food security in Antigua and Barbuda is to level this farm, this government farm, one that was designed really for, or became known for experimentation, became known for the fine cotton seeds that it was exporting to other islands for them to plant. Yeah, this is Dunbar's, and as I said, it was really an experimental farm because they said that they had 5 or 7 different soil types up here. And as such, you were able to, instead of carrying soil from the north to the south and testing the different soils of Antigua and Barbuda, you're able to come to this farm here and test them in one small area, all the different soil types in Antigua because of the geology of Antigua, the way it was made up. Very important place, you know. It's really about research and experimentation to get the best yields. Because if you have some sort of plant and you try it in one soil and it may be great here, you try it in another soil, you put it into 5 or 7 different soil types at one time and see how it would grow, how fast, how well the product is at the end of the day, how it tastes, But that is all gone now from our island. I guess we'll have to get those experiments done from wherever else they can get. I don't know, maybe we'll have to import or pay to get the research done from other islands or from America. You know, we just talk about independence, but then even your food, you have no independent research for your food product. I don't believe it's by negligence, I believe it's by design. And that is a sad situation. It's such a beautiful area that could have farms and even have tourists come to see our cotton fields. Because when I was a little boy, I used to live at Fry's Hill, just in the south over here. And this is where I used to come. Well, back when we were living in Antigua before I left in 1983, on this side of the road, they used to have a lot of lemons and limes and so growing up down here. And it was really open to the public. You could really go and pick as you chose, because there was more than they could actually sell. You know, and back in those days, people had their own lemon and lime trees and so on. So it was a lot of produce that was just sitting there, and you could come up and go and pick as many as you want, and nobody would stop you back in those days, you know. So yeah, this is the bluff looking down on the western side, looking down on the eastern side. That is coming up from Fry's Road, Cedar Valley there. And then you see, even after the citizens of Antigua and Barbuda pleaded to the Prime Minister and this government to tell them the importance of food security, they haven't budged 1 inch. They are not people that you negotiate with. And to even see so much, look at the design, look at what's up here now. Land for sale. That's the way it is. That is what we have here for a caring and loving government. So yes, Antigua and Barbuda, I just wanted to come up here and to record what has happened to our farming in Antigua and Barbuda, the disregard and abuse by the present administration. And let's be honest, all the administrations going back for a very long time have abused farming. We take it for granted. And unfortunately for us is when it is gone, is then when people will start to cry and say, oh God, you know, we used to have. And you'll eventually say, cry and to see what a sad state that this lovely island of Antigua and Barbuda is in. Look at it over there. As you can see over there, you can see the golf course. Over there, you see the nice lawn, cut grass over there. And then you can see that the fields have all been disturbed and roads have been marked out on the eastern side over there, past those neem trees. And that's it. Let's just keep recording so future generations, when they ask why, just look at this video and you say, I understand now. People have elected a government that couldn't care about them in any way, shape or form. And now the reality is it's coming back to haunt not only them, but it affects us all. And that's a wrap, guys. You take good care. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.